they kind of chose us. Well, you know, I don't know. It was just like we were talking to Nuclear Blast. We know Marcus, who's there. He came to one of our shows, and we talked about doing something together. And we really like him, and we really like them as a label. You know, they seem to really, you know, really be fans of the music that all these bands are making. So it was a good, you know, I mean, that's all you can really ask for in a record company is, you know, if they're fans, they're going to support you and help you, you know. So that's kind of how it happened. Some legal issues we had. We're tied up in some legal bullshit right now that we really can't do anything right now. You know, we got some legal shit going on, so we can't really release the record just yet in America. No, I had no idea he was going to leave the band. You know, I talked to him one day, and then the next day he quit. Just like that. Never spoke to me about it ever. I never heard from him again. It's weird, right? That's what happened. Haven't heard from him since. I don't really understand why. And I don't know why he quit. But, you know, what are you going to do? Yeah, you don't know what happens with people. Fans of a band are a huge part of what a band is. The fans, you know, and we try to involve whatever of our fans want to be involved in any aspect of whatever we do as much as we can, you know. And I don't know who had the idea to do it, but you know, it was just like, hey, let's have a contest and see, you know, what our fans would come up with as far as a video. And a lot of people worked really, really hard on it, you know. I mean, I was really, really impressed with the effort that people put in on it. It was amazing. And in the end, we chose a video that a guy named Travis from New York did for Vengeance Is Mine. I thought he did an amazing job considering what he had to work with. And yeah, you know, cool thing to do. He's great. We're going to work with him again in the future. Well, Biohazard is, I mean, every band is a political band somehow. At some point, you're going to have a song that's going to have some kind of political something, you know. And in the world that we all live in right now, you know, if you're not involved in politics and in what's going on somehow, you got to be like blind or deaf or something, because, you know, the world is so fucking crazy right now, you know. Everything is fucking politics. That being said, this new album, Reborn in Defiance, really isn't a political record to me. You know, there's maybe one song that deals with some issues, some political stuff, but a majority of this record was really a lot of internal stuff, you know? Internal stuff, you know, letting it out kind of thing, you know? But we have, you know, made some political statements in the past. You know, I try to stay away from politics in music, you know? To me, music's like my release, my good time. You know? Politics is like a bummer, you know? Yeah, side projects are cool, you know? I've done one or two, you know? I did a record with my friend John Joseph from the Cro-Mags and Scott. The band was called Blood Clot. We did a record together. I really love that record. We're going to do another one eventually. But, you know, I'm so busy between my, like, between Biohazard and everything else I do in my life, you know, it's hard to have two bands. You know, it's hard to, like, put the energy into, you know, another band. But, you know, I'll always make music in my life one way or another. Whether or not anybody ever hears it, I don't know. But I always make music. I always record music, and I have, you know, volumes full of stuff I've done over the years that, you know, one day I'll put out. But for now, I'm just really focused on what we've done with Biohazard and really trying to make Biohazard the priority and you know, support this record that we just did, and tour, you know. Yeah, side projects are cool, you know? I've done one or two, you know? I did a record with my friend John Joseph from the Cro-Mags and Scott. The band was called Blood Clot. We did a record together. I really love that record. We're going to do another one eventually. But, you know, I'm so busy between my, like, between Biohazard and everything else I do in my life, you know, it's hard to have, you know, York hardcore movement kind of came and went before we even started. Like when I was a little kid, you know, you're talking about like the early 1980s and in like the mid 1980s. Biohazard came kind of the next generation after that. You know, we weren't part of that original New York hardcore movement. You know, we weren't. We were in, I mean, we're a Brooklyn band. We came from Brooklyn. We were, you know, very heavily influenced by New York hardcore, of course. I mean, that's where we're from. And but we weren't a band that ever claimed to be a New York hardcore band like Agnostic Front is. You know, the Agnostic Front is a New York hardcore band. Biohazard is, I mean, we were a Brooklyn band, and I mean, we play hardcore influenced music, but we play other stuff too. And you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with calling yourself New York hardcore. I'm proud of our roots, and I give all respect and credit to the bands that came before us. You know, like I said, Agnostic Front, Chrome Eggs, Bad Brains, Minor Threat, you know, all the way back. But, you know, we were never really a part of that crew. You know, there was a crew of bands from New York City that were, you know, doing that thing, and we were like kind of on the outside of that a little bit in Brooklyn. But, you know, it was all the same thing. You know, it's all very closely related. I don't want nothing to do with that world. That's his thing, and there's no problem. Do what you want, but you know, I don't want nothing to do with. That's not me. I don't want anything to do with that. I mean, he was my friend, and if that's what he really wanted to do, you know, I support my friends. I got a lot of friends that do a lot of crazy shit. You know, the problem that I have with it, I don't have a problem with porn or anybody doing porn. I don't care. I didn't get in this band to be a part of that world. You know what I mean? I got in this band to be a musician. All that other sex shit kind of has a way of overwhelming everything and influencing what people think about everything else you do. And I never wanted that kind of attention from myself. Speaking for myself. I can't speak for the rest of the band, but yeah, I never wanted. I mean, you know, the music we make is not for little kids. It's for adults. You know, let's be honest. We use bad, you know, we use profane language, and we talk about very serious adult things. But you know, it's just yeah, it's just not something I ever like. Music and porn. Like I never really thought of why they don't go together. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I never wanted anything to do with it. I'm not really much of a baseball fan. Somebody gave me this hat. It says New York on it. You know, I was born and raised in New York City, so I can wear this and not have to be a baseball fan. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm not really like a big sports guy. I like mixed martial arts fighting and that kind of thing. I love boxing, wrestling, all that stuff I really like. But, you know, baseball, football, basketball, I'm not really that guy. Man, I got 5 kids. I got a band. I got a business at home. I'm busy, man. I ain't got time for playing games.
So what business do you have at home?
I got a business that I run at home, selling cars and stuff.
Awesome.
It's kind of like I work for somebody else, but I do my own business there. That's what I do when I'm home. Well, I really want to see H2O. I want to see Madball. I hope they're still playing. I really want to see Motley Crue. I really want to see Ozzy Osbourne. And I want to see Slash, but I'm not going to because it's something, you know, it's too many bands, you know. That's what I'd like to see everybody. But the festival is too much, man. I miss the days of like just one stage, you know. We did a festival like that the other day. It was great. It's just one stage, you know, 10 bands or whatever. But you know, you can see every band. You know, I like that. This stuff is big right here, and it's amazing. But like just now, you know, Hatebreed was playing, who I love, and the Spud Monsters were playing, who I love. So it was like, I got to make a choice. You know, I end up going to see 15 minutes of Hatebreed, 15 minutes of Spud Monsters. You know? Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. It's so hard. It's hard, but it's great. It's great to have this kind of thing available for us all. Thank you. Thanks a lot. It's great talking to you guys.